guys. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, thank you for being here. My name is Karen and I'll be your YouTuber today. If you don't know me, I get messages through music, and I've always wanted to do this video or videos like this, because I wake up almost every single morning with a song in my head. And I know that it's not just a song in my head, that it's a message. It is a vibration of a certain energy. It's the frequency of something communicating with me. And it's almost every single day that I wake up. And I usually just text a friend of mine and I just let them know, like, this is the song that I woke up with today. What does this one mean? Let's look up the lyrics and kind of feel into it. Like, where is this going? What is the present energy for today? Or there's always some sort of resonance for, yeah, I was going through that yesterday, or well, that makes a lot of sense. And it usually goes away, like at some point, especially if I look up the lyrics and I just kind of connect with it, the song goes away from my head. But this morning, the song has just stayed in my head, and it's a couple of lines over and over and over again, and so I just wanted to come on here and share it with you. And this is a reading. This is an energy reading, because I'm reading the energy and the vibration of the song, which matches vibration in your experience, someone's experience on here. And someone is needing to hear this message because it's a really beautiful one of encouragement. And I totally resonate with it because I'm right there with you. And so the song is Hand in My Pocket by Alanis Morissette. And the line that I'm going to read some more of the lyrics to you, but the line that I kept hearing over and over and over again was, and what it all comes down to is that everything's going to be fine, fine, fine. And the other one is, what it all comes down to is that I haven't got it all figured out just yet. And that's like the biggest message right now, is that nobody does. Nobody does. I don't care who you are. I don't care how awake you are, how long you've been on your spiritual path and the things that you've experienced. And at some point, you're going to acquire more knowledge than other people because you've been doing more work, or you've just been experiencing it longer. That's your path. You're supposed to have experienced things before other people in order to share that knowledge. But there's way more path ahead of you, and there's way more to learn. And I am always, 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 we are always students of life. And so what I know today is the accumulation of my experiences, my openness, my ability to go within, to see myself, to really dedicate to seeing myself, and tuning into higher knowledge and what's to come, and my level of consciousness and my frequency, which is a higher frequency, a faster vibration than it was before, but not quite as fast as it will be in the future. So there's going to be more that I know, and what we know is just resonance. It's our understanding of a vibration, of a certain vibration. And I just haven't gotten to that point of knowledge just yet. My human body has to acclimate to all of this higher knowledge coming in and integrate it and project it, so that as a human, I can witness these vibrations in the outside world, and then through my own skills, be able to interpret them and feel them and learn from them and grow from them, and allow my body to ascend to the next level and to vibrate at a higher rate. And it's my intention to always do that. And so that's why I'm always growing too. But I don't pretend to know everything. And there's sometimes where you get to a certain point in your experience, and as we're balancing our ego versus our balancing our healthy ego versus our unhealthy ego, because there's so much ego that is really healthy for us, and our ego is our expression of our divine self. It's how we express our divine self. It's the unhealed, unhealthy ego that we are looking to shed in old belief systems and things like that. But there are some times where those subconscious beliefs are there, these programs that are there that I learned growing up that are kind of dictating certain things to me. And so I'm learning through the lens of that until I am able to get to a certain point and see that, oh, that was that lens. That was the belief system of I'm not worthy, or I was speaking through insecurity or something like that. And I learned from that and shift my awareness and what it is that I know in that moment, according to what I've learned from what I thought I knew in that moment. So sometimes I hear backpedal, but it's not necessarily backpedaling. It is a reevaluation almost. And with Mercury retrograde coming up, it feels like this message is important because some of us are going to be doing that. We're going to be looking back on things that we thought we knew or things that we felt at the time and looking at the patterns of those. And what was the lesson in that? Was that a lesson or a blessing? And it could have been a lesson at the time and a blessing now, because that lesson was really important for us to see. But when we stay in a place of the things that I know, the things that I've always known, or this concept that I learned in the beginning of my journey is the truth, it's the hard truth and the facts and blah, 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 keeps us limited to a box of the understanding of that level of consciousness where we were. It may be sometimes that our awareness of certain things on our journey, certain concepts on our journey, shifts and is almost the exact opposite, or is a completely different, we come into a different perspective about that, and it changes completely what we thought we knew. It's okay. It's supposed to happen. And we just have to be open to being able to say, it's not about being right or wrong. It's about resonance. And it's about happiness and higher vibration and learning and expansion and growth and coming into our heart over and over and over and over again. And so much of that is learning to accept ourselves exactly where we are. So when I was in that state of awareness back then and interpreting things through maybe a space of unhealed ego or whatever it is, I accepted myself exactly where I was. And I shared the knowledge that I had and where I was at the time, what resonated most with me at the time, because that's where I was. Because I accepted exactly where I was. And that's so important in all the moments. And now I accept where I am now, even though it's different from where I was then. Even though maybe I believe something different than what I did then. That's what I feel like this journey is really, really, really about, is adapting our belief systems to what is truly, truly us and our ultimate truth. But we have eons of programming to and old beliefs that weren't ours, that don't resonate with our authentic selves, to shed and to move into. And it's okay. We just have to go through it, and we have to do it, but we have to recognize when that's happening also. So when we get into a place of pain and resisting our experience, we're not accepting where we are. We are in a place of judgment and insecurity, and sometimes a state of survival mode. I've been in a state of survival mode, some form of survival mode, for a lot longer than I knew that I was. And it comes and it goes, and I've been very open about my experience on this channel, and I've been open recently about the things that I've been going through, and going through this breakup with my person. And I have really good days and I have really bad days. And I have time periods, which are really bad. And I just want to come out of it. I just want to feel better. I just want to know. I just want to grow. I just want to feel better. And in some ways, I'm resisting being where I am because it's embarrassing to me, or I feel like I'm judging myself. I am judging myself, comparing myself to other people, comparing myself to him who has, it seems it has an easier time moving on. And it's all coming from insecurity. It's just coming from not feeling, and insecurity comes from not feeling safe. So I don't feel safe. There's something in me that doesn't feel safe. And when we do that, we go into fight or flight, flight, freeze, fawn. And when we do that, we kind of shut our hearts down and resist, intense. And it's been this battle to learn that about myself and to learn the tools and the techniques that I need to recognize when I am in that, to accept that I am there, that there's something that's shifted into place, that I don't feel safe, and learning the tools that I need to move my way through it and get out of it, and then analyze what it was that put me in that in the first place. And start to make little tiny shifts. It's been little bits at a time. And I've been expecting this big breakthrough, just this one thing, this aha moment that's going to fix everything and wake me up and snap me out of it. And throat chakra. I just don't know that it's that easy. It's not that easy for all of us. For some of us, it is that easy. For some of us, they have a different path. And just wake up one day and things just feel more clear. And who knows, maybe that will be me. Maybe that will be something that's coming my way. But at this point, it's been little tiny realizations and pain and dealing with what it is that's coming up for me. So I have this really beautiful friend, God love you, Lisa, who is like my soulmate. And is able to see things in me that I can't quite connect with. And sometimes I see that in her too. And we kind of keep each other accountable, and but in such a loving way. And I just texted her last night and I said, God, why is my heart so sad? Why does it hurt so bad? And even as I say that, it's like this heaviness on my chest. And I've been resisting and hiding that is a part of my reality more often than I like to say. There are times where I come on here and I have all the answers and I'm just feeling so good and feeling so energized, and I've been downloading all of this information, but I don't come on here as often when I'm in the thick of the processing. And I've just kind of been hiding it from my friends a little bit. I just go reel back and go into hermit mode a little. And for me, I have to express. I've come to realize that it's so important for me to move the energy and to just express what's there so that I can understand it, so that I can see it, so that I'm not just seeing it in my head and it's turning around and around and around. And so she has asked me a couple of times in the last week or 2 weeks or whatever, how are you doing? How are you doing? And I don't always want to say, I'm just in this place of depression right now and I can't get out of it. And, the same answer over and over again, this just like drab, I don't know. I feel really lost. I get up in the morning and I have no zest for life. And, I'm dealing with ADHD stuff, and I'm having a hard time with money and blah, 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 blah. The same story over and over and over again. I don't want to keep telling that same story, but I'm also kind of resisting exactly where I am at the time, just being honest about where I am in that moment when she's asking me, because I want to not put focus on it also. I don't want to put focus on it. I just want to keep moving forward. But in that way, I'm kind of suppressing what I have going on. So I finally just last night reached out to her and I said, God, why? Why does my heart hurt so bad? And she said, because you believed in something and you're longing for that feeling again. I was like, oh, instant sobbing, instantly. It was exactly the realization that I needed to release and to not resist, to just cry and just get it out and to cleanse myself. It's like, fuck, yes, she's so right. Yes, I believed in something. I believed that that connection was everything that I thought it was. And I believed that it was, I believe that the details of all of that are for another video for sure. But I believed in something about us that maybe I'm coming to the realization isn't true. And I have so much resistance in letting that belief go because that belief for some time made me feel safe. And now, forcing me to believe that something else might be true, that there might be a different timeline for me. There might be a timeline that I've actually been asking for a long time, and it might look way different than what I thought it was going to. And so that's really scary. That's what sets me into survival mode, because I don't know what that looks like. I only know a certain timeline. I only know from the experience of what I've had, which is pretty distorted energies and relationships and things like that. Lessons, karmic lessons and stuff like that. And so now it's like, how do I shift onto something different, something that isn't suffering, something that isn't painful? And it's scary to some people. It's scary. And innately, I just go into this freeze mode and I don't know how to survive outside of survival mode. So that's what I'm learning right now. But I'm also learning to be real about where I am and to be open about it and to be honest. And when you are, your tribe, I'm telling you, your tribe is going to surround you and help you move to that next level. And that's part of this new timeline, is connecting with that true love, that really deep, unconditional support and connection from your people, from many different people, and people I think that you wouldn't expect, that we're meant to sister and brother with each other as we go. So all sides of where you are really important. So down in the dumps is just as important as flying high and, downloading all of the messages and passing on this really beautiful energy. So I don't want to pass on pain to you. I don't want you to experience pain, but I do, if you have pain in there, I want you to know that you're not alone. And so if I don't share where I am when I'm in it, I'm not being of service in the way that I'm meant to be of service. So both things are okay. My heart is in pain, but I'm exactly where I need to be. I have days of suffering and depression, and sometimes in the same day, I'll have moments of complete clarity and release. That's okay. The song says, I'm broke, but I'm happy. I'm poor, but I'm kind. So there's always some sort of light. There's always some sort of beauty in where you are. I've been resisting the fact that with my work, I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to be doing with my work, and I have a hard time with money right now. And it's been a pattern for me too. I'm trying to figure out what kind of job I'm supposed to have. Am I supposed to be doing this long term? Because it's not sustaining me right now. And what is it that I'm supposed to be doing? And it's really scary for me because I get to a point of just, month to month trying to figure out what I'm going to do about it. And it's very scary for me. So this song is about recognizing that that's exactly where I'm supposed to be for some reason. Why is that? I don't know, but I'm happy to find that out because I'm a student of life and I really want to study this about me. And I've seen the pattern. And so this pattern is something that as a light worker, I'm meant to help transmute and shift and abolish that pattern for not only me, but for a lot of people. That's kind of special. So if I don't sit in the middle of it and feel it and look at it and be happy with that as part of my role, I'm not fulfilling my role as much. It's a really hard place to be, obviously, broke and happy at the same time. But it's there. It's there. It just takes tools. It just takes techniques, and it takes authenticity and openness. And vulnerability. It's a pretty vulnerable place to be, to say. I'm so broke right now. But I'm happy, but it's okay. I'm happy to share that with you because it connects me with other people in a way that it never did before. And it's not a mask. I'm not wearing a mask anymore. I'm happy to not wear a mask, okay? I'm poor, but I'm kind. I'm short, but I'm healthy. I'm high, but I'm grounded. I'm sane, but I'm overwhelmed. I'm lost, but I'm hopeful. I am lost, but there's still hope in there. It's in there. It's in there. As long as I'm able to say, I'm so lost right now, but it's okay. I have hope that this lost is so purposeful. And what it all comes down to is everything is going to be fine, fine, fine. Just feel that for a minute. Everything is going to be fine. That's another thing that my friend said to me last night. She's like, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It maybe isn't right now, but it will be. It will be. And that's the hope. Sometimes I have a hard time finding that hope, but I found my friend and I reached out and she kind of renewed that hope in me. So that's where it is. That's where it is, by being open and honest. I feel drunk, but I'm sober. I'm young and I'm underpaid. I'm tired, but I'm working. I care, but I'm restless. There's more out there. There is more. I'm here, but I'm really gone. I'm wrong and I'm sorry. And what it all comes down to is everything is going to be quite all right. What it all comes down to is that I haven't got it all figured out just yet. I'm free, but I'm focused. I'm green, but I'm wise. I'm hard, but I'm friendly. That's totally me. I'm sad, but I'm laughing. I'm brave, but I'm chicken shit. I'm sick, but I'm pretty. What it all boils down to is that no one's really got it figured out just yet. Everything is just fine. Everything is just fine. Not everything is gonna be just fine. Everything is just fine, fine, fine. It's okay. It's okay exactly where you are. There's someone else out there who's exactly where you are. And so much of what I experience and what I feel is not just mine. What you're experiencing is not just yours. You are part of a greater collective, a greater oneness that shares your path and is this energy out there. So what you're experiencing is not just yours. And the energy of fine and the energy of happiness is a collective also. It's a collective experience, a collective vibration. We can learn to tune into that together too. We can learn to tune into that consciousness of happiness at the same time that we're tuned into a consciousness of kind of depression right now, recognizing that we are not alone. And when we come together in resonance and in community and tribe, we help each other to shift onto this timeline of happiness and flow and higher vibration. So the lesson is vulnerability and openness and accepting yourself exactly where you are, no matter where that is, even if you feel like you're wrong about something or where you were before. Nothing was wrong. It was what you needed to know then. And where you are now is what you're needing to know right now. So open up to exactly where you are. And if you're feeling a certain way, reach out. Just say it right here in the comments. Just say exactly where you are. Without needing to be fixed, without somebody else trying to fix you, just someone offering a word of love and resonance and connection. It's just all about connection. Let yourself connect. Because as soon as you connect and accept where you are, that's when the resistance is released and you actually open yourself up to the tools that you need or the advice that will help. But you have to be open to that help after accepting exactly where you are. Okay? Thank you, Alanis Morissette, for that song, and thank you, Spirit, for bringing that my way. And thank you for being here and for supporting me and helping to support the sacred space that this channel is. This space is for you, and I am your mirror, so I'm more than honored to be here and to mirror whatever it is that I need to you. Okay? I love you so much. Talk to you soon.